So in terms of SBCs, we have got the double 78 back again. It is going to be one of them weeks where you just don't want to do them, to be honest. We have got the max 88 base hero upgrade again, and I think in terms of player, who did we get today? We got Agate and Caicedo as the two, and obviously we've got just the standards of everybody else by the looks of it. If you need coins in FC25, lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins. With the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy. But the big thing with this upgrade day is the fact that we do have the Ligue SBCs now. So we've got the 81 team of the week that has been refreshed, and obviously with these 78 doubles, we want to look at doing hopefully the hero again. Whether we get anybody good is going to be the next question. But with these 78 doubles, it is again a rare 6 and also minimum gold. So the way that you want to be doing this, you can do now with the new squad builder. You can go gold. We can then go from both storage and club. We can ignore the position and we can go low to high. So this is going to hopefully give you some commons and some rares as you go through. Obviously, because I've got a lot of commons that are 75 at the moment, that is going to pull through a lot of them, more so than the rares. But realistically, it should get to a point where it does give you a lot of both, which will be nice. So that is kind of a quick way to squad build it, rather than necessarily have to go in one by one. But if you want to, because of the Ligue SBC, then by all means, try that out. So we always do one to start with, and then we can kind of see where we're at. At the minute, we've done 4 or 5 of these every week, and not one time have I got to walk out. So we normally get 3 done at a minimum. Is today going to be the day? No, of course it's not. I love how quickly that walkout goes. So we got 281s from it. Now, obviously, he's going to go back in. And normally with these upgrade days, we tend to go through the whole, you do the bronze, silver, gold upgrade, but no more, because we do have the lovely Ligue SBC, which is going to make us do it in a slightly different way, which is absolutely fantastic, because I've been begging to be able to do anything other than the standard bronze, silver, gold upgrade. So we've got a lot to go through today. So the upgrades themselves, you need to get 6 rares and then you need to get 5 common. That's going to be per one. If then, as you saw, we just got 281s, that is then going to go either back into it or back into the premium mixed league upgrades. So with this, we basically only have the mixed and the premium mixed. I really wouldn't bother with the normal one, the lower one. I just think there's so much time and effort that you can spend into this. I would much rather put that into the premium. Now, starting point, you don't need loads of coins, but you're going to need a few or a stocked club at a minimum. So the way that I do it is personally is you go into these packs, and as you can see, we've got 2 untradeable on the right. This is the same as last year, and then 2 tradable on the left. Obviously, the prime gold players at the end is going to be untradeable as well. So we keep everything from these 2 and the final pack. The jumbo gold and the small prime is hopefully where you make some sort of money back. So when I'm coming to doing a lot of these, what I will tend to do is if I go into the storage first, because I know I have a few bits in there. I know we did utilize the storage a little bit last time. So obviously, as you can see, we haven't really got too much in there, but we can utilize these players as that makes life a lot easier. Now, we can't do 2 Napoli, so that's already 1 down the drain. So obviously with this, if I'm going Serie A, we'll go gold and we'll go low to high. If you want to go as far as going untradeable as well, absolutely do it 100%. Was he the same team as him? No. Beautiful. So we can get them in. Did we get Cosmo in already? We did with... Is that Rayner? Is Rayner still playing? That's amazing. is that is Rayner, isn't it? Wow, I didn't know he was still playing. That's incredible. Then obviously the other half we will just go with a bit of Bundesliga. Now obviously with these, as you can see, we do low to high and then high to low. Normally with the Bundesliga Serie A, I try not to go massively over 81 if I can help it. Obviously we've got Boniface in there. We'll go you, we'll go a bit of you, and then one more, we'll go a bit of Dortmund. That should pretty much guarantee you it. Then you just need the chemistry. Nice and easy. Should get that pretty simply with a couple of just changes here. So throw him in there. And if then we go We'll put him there, and then we'll change the centre back, right back. There we go. That one's done, nice and simple. So as you can see, with the club being a little bit more stocked, we've managed to do it for pretty much no coins. That's the best bit about it. When it comes to Ligue 1, a little bit different, because what I do here, I know I've just done it, so I won't necessarily have all of the appropriate Eredivisie players, but I'll look through my Ligue 1 and see which club has got the 6. I don't know why I've put gold, because it doesn't matter. And there we go. For instance, we've got Ethan Mbappe. We're not going to put him in just in case he manages to go for something. I don't know. I've got one on the transfer list as well, but just in case, I'd like a first owner of him. So obviously with here, we're going to keep everybody there for the moment, and then we need to go into Eredivisie. Because now, with this one, you don't need to put a specific one team. You can just go with normal. So I will go with commons for this, more so than anything. And I would normally like to try and put as many bronzes in this as possible, because you don't actually need the gold. So that's one thing to always make sure that you're trying to do with this one specifically. Because obviously, as you can see, as soon as you put a couple of players in, there you go. There's the 2 that are tradable done. So what I would do with these is everything goes. So with the Jumbo Gold Pack, whatever you get, if you manage to get a walkout, if you manage just to get rares, everything goes, including all of the consumables. Have a look at absolutely everything, because this is where you make some of the coins back, especially if you have to buy a couple of players. You will tend to try and kind of get rid of as many coins as possible that you're going to do. So definitely check the leagues. Obviously, some of the chemistries can go for something, and then all of these will tend to go for at least 400 at the minimum. It may not seem loads, but it definitely all adds up in the long run. That's kind of what we're going for here, is the long run grind. So we're going to get 3k from there, probably about another 3 to 4k from the players, and then we've got the small gold prime. That sometimes can be pretty good. At the minute, I've been half and half with it. We managed to get a couple of players. Some of the rares as well, you might have to bear with. 650 seems to be the only kind of price that I managed to get them at. Some of the 82s might go for a little bit more just because they're 82, but it's not always the case. So just be wary of that. Sometimes it's worth just discarding instead, getting the profit that way. So then we've kind of got an extra benefit from there. The Lib and Sud is the one that you really want to grind with silvers and as many golds as possible, as that does become quite expensive if you don't already have them. But we'll follow the same theme, do the same bronze, the gold split with the La Liga and Prem. Get that one done, and then the Lib and Sud will be done as well. Then once we've got all of them cards, many of the duplicates can either go back round into the premium mixed, or they then go into the 78 double. Once then you've finished it again, you basically want to keep any of the League SBC cards in your club and utilize anybody else that can't be. So for instance, we'll obviously use SPL. Any women's team, they all can go in because there's no need for them. So we've got 4. We'll obviously keep a couple of the French lads in there as well, just in case. Then we've got 5. And then we'll go one more. We've got Portuguese League. Perfect. Exactly the same for the commons, because I don't have any commons in my lovely, storage. We'll go Liga F. We'll go the Greek League. We'll go D1. Then we'll obviously go Portuguese League. We'll go Championship. And that's one done out of players that are not going to be featured in that League SBC. So anybody I get back that is League SBC either goes into the storage of their duplicate, so I can use them at a later date, or then goes back into this club if you've already got them in the duplicate as well. It's just the running theme of it. You just keep grinding back through. So for instance, we've got Ligue and then we've got NWSL. Now obviously if she's tradable, then we just sell her off, perfect. But if she's now not untradeable, she is eligible for the 78 double. We just keep going basically. Once you've done a couple of the League SBCs and you keep going round, once you've done that, then basically it's just doing your 78 doubles consistently, getting rid of all of your storage out of the players that you don't, that you do want to use, and you just keep grinding that way. It is by far so much easier than doing how I was doing it before, with obviously utilizing the bronze, silver, and gold upgrade, because it does take a long time. Like, I'm not sitting here, and I never said in a video that it was either fun or heavily grindable to the point where you're like, okay, yeah, I kind of enjoy this. You've got to be a bit twisted to enjoy doing bronze and silver upgrades. It takes a long time, and especially because we need 6 rares, it takes even longer, it feels. So definitely this way is going to be so much better. Not only can we obviously do this consistently with hopefully very little coins spent, we can actually get upgrades from the premium upgrades that could give us some Trailblazers as well, because that's realistically what we're after here. So it is nice that we can keep grinding it around, keep opening packs that potentially do get us something, and it just keeps filtering through. That's pretty much the gist of it. So both of these could go back in. Obviously, she's tradable. I don't know if she's even going to 650 on 1 minute. I'm just going to get rid of 100 coins. Is not worth holding that transfer space, as she more than likely won't sell. And that's all you got to do. Keep grinding it round. Keep selling stuff. As you see, all these have sold. Just keep everything selling that's tradable, and then doing the League SBC. If you need to buy a couple of players, buy a couple of players. The more that you keep doing it, the more that you keep your League SBC cards, the easier it comes, and you should be able to grind it. Now, the only thing with the League SBC will be that Lib and Sud. I would recommend looking at some bronze and silver upgrades if you're finding yourself having none. You've packed absolutely zero and it's becoming quite expensive. That could be a good way to get them back in. But I'd imagine that you should be able to bid, or at least find a pattern that does work for you. That's going to be everything for this week. 78 doubles. Let me know who you get.